Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I like all things modular. And the Mazooka was always going to be a shining example of that, because it is a self-filling air pressure blaster that I've designed to take any of Ire's attachments, as well as several attachments that really only fit on it because of the way it's designed. There are things that I can attach to this that I can't attach to Ire because of the way the launcher on Ire is designed. And so I've been trying to think of more and more attachments that I could add to this to really make it unique and truly functional, to give me new functionality that no other blaster has. And I had an idea that was kind of mulling about in my head, but I couldn't quite get it worked out. And then somebody gave me the answer in the comments, which in my last Q&A, somebody asked what's my favorite thing and my least favorite thing about being a YouTuber. And aside from the fame and the money, my favorite thing are the ideas, because I cannot think of everything myself, and you'd be amazed how many good ideas people have and comment, often thinking that they're a joke, only to clearly be underestimating my madness, and I go and I build them. And what we have here was the culmination of somebody giving me a great idea that allowed me to build something that I'd wanted to build but couldn't figure out. Somebody asked me if I could make a launcher similar to an M230 grenade launcher, one that opened sideways and you put in shells. And it all came together, and I built this. What this is obviously an attachment that simply threads on, like any of the various attachments. And it is a brake action similar to, a sledge fire or a barrel brake or any of the blasters that have a breech that open like this. But this one opens sideways, and the reason that that is valuable is it for ease of reload, because it allows you to dump the shells easier than if it had broken down, because there wasn't any way that I could spring load the shells that I'm going to put into this easily, and I wanted it to be a simple design. And so having it sideways makes it easy to dump the shells and then put a new shell in. If I'd had it break up, then it would have been easy to dump the shells, but not to load the new one. And if I had it break down, it would be easy to load a new one, but not to eject the old one. So the side load idea that they had was perfect, and it was something that I really hadn't considered. And then what it takes are hammer shot cylinders. And the only modification that I have to make to them after taking out the post is to put a screw in the end to fill that hole. Other than that, they're completely unmodified. So all of the shells or cylinders that I have from hammer shots that I've upgraded, and hammer shots that my friends have upgraded, and hammer shot cylinders that people have sent me after they upgraded, finally have a good purpose. And I have a plethora of them, and that is awesome. And it's the whole design was that I wanted to have to modify the shells as little as possible. So just putting one screw in is acceptable. They go in there, you close it, you lock it, and now you can fire it. And the tank will fill itself up, and after you pull the trigger, it starts filling itself up again. So while you're changing out shells, it's reloading. And by the time you get it reloaded, it should be full and you can fire it again. And load another shell. And it makes me happy. The batteries are getting a little low, but it would pump up, you'd fire it, it would start repumping, change shells, you'd fire it, and so on and so forth. Yeah, need to recharge the batteries. Anyway. Alright, well, the very fine folks who gave me this camera wanted me to get some pictures and some additional footage, so I'm going to use it to do the firing demonstration for my sledge fire hammer shot Mazooka cylinder thing. Really gotta find a better name for that. Here we go. Definitely need better batteries for that thing too. Alright, let's go take a look. 1, 2, So we're actually looking at close to 60 feet range, and you can see the grouping. There's one here and then another one over there. One dart from the second one went over this way, but definitely decent grouping and definitely good range for a 5-shot burst that refills and takes shells. So I am very happy with this. I cannot wait to run this in a war. I will probably still get wrecked by Brett and his sledge fire, but at least mine will be cooler. That is how it functions, and it functions beautifully. The only thing that isn't quite perfect yet is the locking mechanism. I have simply used a simple bolt lock that I have ground down to be angled on this side so it's a little bit easier to lock, and I've cut it short and spring-loaded it on the far side so that it puts itself back into that position. But it's not as easy as I'd like. I'd like it to be a button you push and then unlock, and I need to research online and see if anybody makes a latch about that size. I had a few ideas for one that I could make myself, but I didn't think they were going to work, and this definitely works. It's just a little bit cumbersome. If I could make this a little bit bigger, that would definitely help. Maybe 3D print something that locks onto it to give a better grip and keep it from sticking so badly. But you can still do it quickly enough that you can definitely reload before the tank refills itself. So, and that was kind of the important issue. It is just manually unload. The reason I made the barrel so short was so that you could just push the cylinder out with your finger and then slap in the next one. Fairly simple. Just got 2 bars of aluminum on this side that are bolted to the coupler on this end. Go to the barrel there to break it open. There is then a little bit of craft foam on the seal in there so that it creates a good tight seal against the cylinder. To keep the cylinder from being pushed out, I've actually glued some plastic on the inside, and it catches on this little lip. There's just a slight lip there, and that is what it is catching on and holding it from going any further and making sure that you get a tight seal. This thing is fantastic. It's a sledge fire on steroids because this thing has so much power. It can fire 5 rounds as far as a sledge fire can fire 3. I obviously am not going to have anywhere near the speed or quantity of shells that Brett has, because he has like 60 sledge fire shells now and can reload in a blink of an eye. And he's so tiny and small, that's why I wanted to be shooting 5 rounds instead of 3 in the hopes that one of them might catch him. So, yes, that is my modular hammer shot sledge fire. Sledge fire hammer shot. Sledgehammer shot. Cylinder sledge shot. I don't know. Think of a name. So yeah, that is my Mazooka shotgun that takes hammer shot cylinders. I am very pleased with it. So that is definitely going to get used in a war at some point, preferably something close quarters, somewhere with lots of cover, where you can have time for the tank to reload itself. Alternatively, you pull out a sidearm and you shoot it while it reloads, and then once it's reloaded, pop it off, reload it, let it reload itself again. Yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I have added a little bit to the back here. This is just some ABS cap coupler that absolutely fit 100% perfectly. I did not have to alter it at all. It just slipped on. I could probably put a screw in to hold it in a little bit better, but it gave it a little bit more length and a little bit more shape. I may try to extend it even further and possibly actually get a cap so that I can put a lipo in this thing, because the IMRs, this thing just drains them so fast. It'll probably drain a lipo just as fast, but I can get a really big lipo and it'll take a little bit longer. Hopefully I could actually get through 10 shells before the battery goes dead. I don't think I could with IMRs because this thing takes a lot of juice. But I am really, really pleased with it. So, here is my question for you. What other attachments do you think I could make for this thing? Keep in mind, it already has every one of Eyre's attachments. So go watch my Eyre attachment addendums. There's 3 or 4 of them now. So you know what I've already done. It can take Titan rockets. It can take Demolisher rockets. It might be able to fire 2 Demolisher rockets at a time. I don't think it would be able to do 3, but I haven't tried. I do have, of course, the brass breech for it, which is just unpleasant. And any number of standard absolvers. But I'm looking for something interesting, something innovative, something like this, something that no one's done before, a shotgun that takes hammer shot cylinders. So let me know what you guys can think of. Let's brainstorm and come up with some horrifically wonderful, magnificent, modular things for my Mazooka down in the comments. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put them down there also. And as always, thank you guys for watching.